Hi, I'm Jennifer with True North Leatherworks, and today I'm going to show you how to turn this strip of leather into this magic braid bracelet that has no ending or beginning. Okay, I'm sure you've seen these types of belts and bracelets where there's a braid that has no start or finish, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. So we have our little bracelet here. As you can see, it has 3 strips. What you're going to want to do is to hold one end between 2 fingers, like that. And if you have any sort of knowledge of how to braid, that's all we're doing right here. And you're just going in and out, in and out. And we're doing this on the end closest to where we're holding it. You can see I'm adjusting my fingers a little bit as I'm getting further away. Now you can see that this is also braiding, but it's not going to give us the result we want. So actually at this point, I don't have much movement here. So I'm going to undo this end. So I'm holding right here so this part doesn't come undone while I untangle the other end. Okay, so now this is clean again. Just as before, I'm going to hold one end between my fingers. It doesn't matter which end of the snap, whether it's this side or this side, you just need to hold one end. So I'm going to hold it between 2 fingers, and then I am just going to start moving the pieces in and out, getting tangled and losing my space on the other end. So this one, you may need to do some trial and error to see, okay, that's tangled, so let's go this way. Basically, you're just trying to untangle this side, this end. There we go. So we're untangled now. There's a little bit of a trial and error. You can do it a really tight braid, but that will be a little bit more of a challenge just because your leather, unless it's super flexible, won't want to get tight enough for that. So the one that we're going to do, there we go. So you can see I just untangled again and everything's straight. So that tells me I'm at a good stopping point. Basically, you have 2 cycles of braiding. You could squeeze a third one in here if your leather is super flexible. And I've seen people do it using my bracelet blanks, but it's, like I said, it's a lot more challenging. So, okay. So now I'm going to keep going. And I'm tangled again. There we go. Okay. Just that. On the other one, this is where I stopped. You can see it's all pushed up here and there's still space. So you think, oh, I can go again. We will see. Like I said, I've seen people do it. It's much more challenging because you start running out of space. But we are going to try it on this one just so I can show you what it looks like. But you have to undo that as you go. It's not going to want to. Let's see if we can get this last one. We are just about there. I'm not sure if I've got quite enough flexibility in the leather because I need to get it straightened out one last time. There we go. I think we might. Okay, so we're gonna see if we can get that last little bit. See if we got this. There we go. Okay, so you can see that took a lot more work to untangle just because there's so little space at this side. So once you've got those 2 cycles of braiding, we are going to just loosen it up and redistribute it so that it's evenly spaced. This is the one I did earlier. You can see it's nice and even. Okay, so now this one is nice and even as well. You can see it's not bunched up at one end anymore. Okay. But then just as with the looser braid, you just want to loosen things up. Try to even out the spacing so it all lays as flat as possible. You see I've loosened it. And then I'm going to start flattening, make sure it's not twisted. Doing this tighter did result in more twisting. It's not wanting to lay as flat just because it's of how tight it is. Okay, there we go. So that is pretty evenly spaced. I've managed to flatten it out. Actually, I think I'll just do a little bit more. There we go. Okay, you can see it's still not super flat. So just 1 second. And once you like how it looks, you can run it on the edge of your table, and that just kind of smooths it out and sets it a little bit better. And then you are ready to wear it as a bracelet. See, a lot more simpler than we think it is. Okay, so to try to get this to lay flatter, I'm just going to rub it on the edge of my table. This kind of sets things and flattens it a little bit more. There you go. Okay, so now we have our magic braid bracelet that has no beginning and no end. And it's ready to be worn. And I showed you how to do it the tighter version or the looser version. Honestly, the looser one is much easier and quicker to do, but if you want a challenge, the tighter one works as well. I hope you had fun with this little project. If you have any questions, please be sure to let me know. Have a great day.